So this is the XAUUSD analysis for Monday the 30th of April. Now let's just have a look at prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we had price come towards this 13.25. We're unable to hold support there. Previously we found some resistance in around 13.25. As you can see there, we found resistance 13.25, came up to us at 13.25, again found resistance. We did see prices break down beneath this 13.25, and prices have come down towards that level previously identified in around 13.58. So we're currently around 13.58. We've had this very strong momentum candle, closed back above, slightly above the 13.58. So it is a potential area of support, as indicated by this wick, suggesting that there are some buyers there. So we'll look to see if we do hold support at 13.58 for a retest of the 13.25, from which we could see that sell side momentum potentially break the 13.58. If we do see a break of 13.58, the very next levels that we are looking at here to the downside would be a move down towards that 13.07 minor level, but more important is a very, very strong level on the daily chart in around 13.05 level. If we did break 13.05, however, with strong momentum, I do think it's unlikely, but if we did, the very next level that we are looking at, it would be around at 12.96. And while keeping 1300 may just be a psychological level from which we could see a potential bullish bounce. If, however, we do see that momentum follow through from a bullish buy side momentum return to the market from the 13.58, and we are able to break and hold above 13.20.25, we'll look to see our price racked around 13.20. Above 13.20.25, we will look to see our price racked around 13.25. We've previously found resistance, but that is a minor level. More importantly, we are looking at 13.28. That's with the very next level to the upside that we are looking at, and beyond 13.20 to the upside will be a move up towards our 13.34.51. Now, let's just have a brief look at the higher time frames. And if we head over to the monthly chart, get scale on you correct, and as you can see here, so on the monthly chart we have our lows. We've got a higher low, and we've had a slow move here to the upside. Now over the past couple of months we are seeing a bit more bearishness coming to the market, but we're still in a somewhat consolidative phase. I think for us to be concerned about the nature of the bullishness of this market, let's just remove drawings for a minute. So we've come in towards, we didn't come to test these highs in around 13.75 from 2016, but we are seeing a slowdown, a decided slowdown in the price momentum here towards the upside. So if we are to see a bit more of a pullback, we'll look to see if we do find some support further down, but there does still seem to be a bias to the upside, so we might see a bit of a pullback before seeing the upwards continuation. I suppose it remains a slightly bullish bias to the market as long as we do stay above the 1300 level here on the monthly chart for that further upwards continuation. But overall, there is the market does still seem slightly bullish, even though we have found some difficulties in around that 1350s. So we might see a pullback before a retest and a continuation to the upside. Now what we'll do is we'll have a look at the weekly chart. And over on the weekly chart here, again, we've mentioned the importance of this 400 period moving average here on the weekly chart. Active resistance, kind of active support there. Active resistance saw quite a bit of sell side momentum. Again, the 400 period moving average here on the weekly chart, seeing sell side momentum. Sell side momentum, sell side momentum, and again sell side momentum from that 400 period moving average here on this weekly chart. So if we do see that sell side momentum come back into the market on this weekly, from this weekly perspective, the reason we do have a slight bias towards the upside, especially on the higher time frames, is because we do. So they've had a series of higher lows. But we have come in towards that resistance. So we're going to a bit of a price contraction squeeze here on the XAUUSD. So if we can pull back, post a higher low, possibly above this 1280 or so, post a higher low above this 1280 for a retest of the the 400 period moving average here on the weekly charts. Currently sitting slightly above the 1360s. If we do see a break there, then I would expect prices to head towards that 1375 with some ease and head towards that 1400 level. But we are going to be a price contraction squeeze We would expect some volatility to pick up, but from a weekly perspective, again, if we can post a higher low of in around that 1280, it'd be somewhat bullish, somewhat bullish, and we'll be below the 1300 level, but it'd be somewhat bullish for another test of that 13 of the 400 period moving average here on the weekly chart. Currently sitting at it wouldn't come into focus, I wouldn't think, this week, but it is currently sitting at let's see what the 400 period moving average is currently sitting in around that 1367 level. Now what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the daily chart. And over on this daily chart, let's get the scale on here correct. And we'll get our drawings back on the chart. So there we are. So on this daily chart, we can see that we're in a clearly defined trading range here on the XAUUSD. We've got a key important level around at 1357. Didn't quite get there on our most recent swing in the market as a 1355. From which we have seen the sell side momentum break down below 13.2025. And if we do continue this further downwards momentum, again, we've mentioned levels that we are looking at. Now, we've got the 200 period moving average here on the daily chart coming pretty close towards that 1305. It is currently trading above the 1300 level. So again, that dynamic level of the 200 period moving average here on the daily chart could potentially act as a dynamic level of support and see a turnaround in prices, and see prices start to head slightly to the upside. Now, with that said, that pretty much covers everything here in regards to the XAUUSD. And yep, thanks for watching.